This video explains the three different types of efficiency and then applies them to the different market structures that we've learned about. The first type is productive efficiency. This is producing at your lowest possible cost per unit and is therefore found where AC equals MC, because we know that our MC curve cuts the AC curve at the lowest point. The second and trickier example is allocative efficiency. This is defined as the optimal distribution of goods and services in our economy. It's usually easier to think about in graphical form. It's found where AR equals MC. The reason being, any quantity below this, where Q is less than this quantity, consumers would benefit if more was consumed because their demand curve exceeds the marginal cost. But any quantity above this Q means that producers would lose out because their marginal cost would be above the price that they can charge. That means at this point AR equals MC is the point at which goods are distributed at the optimal level, where both consumers and producers are made as well off as possible. The final type is dynamic efficiency. This is the ability to maintain efficiency over time. It comes down to whether a firm has market power. If they do, they have an incentive to come up with new ideas because they can defend them from competitors. If they don't, there's no incentive to do any research or development because any ideas they come up with will just be copied by any rivals. This means that you can't show this type of efficiency on a diagram. If we look at our different market structures, starting with perfect competition in the short run, we can see that it's not productively efficient. It doesn't produce where MC equals AC. It is though allocatively efficient. It does produce where AR equals MC, and it's not dynamically efficient. We can't tell from the diagram, but we know that a perfectly competitive firm doesn't have any market power. In the long run, it now is productively efficient and allocatively efficient. It produces where MC equals AC and where MC equals AR, but still not dynamically efficient. There's no market power. Moving on to a monopoly or an oligopoly, who have the same diagram. It's not productively efficient, it's not producing where MC equals AC, not allocatively efficient either, it's not producing where MC equals AR, but it is dynamically efficient. A monopoly firm will have market power and therefore has an incentive to come up with new ideas that might lower its cost because it can defend them from rivals. A monopolistic competition in the short run has the same diagram, meaning it's not productively efficient nor allocatively efficient. However, it's also not dynamically efficient because these firms have less market power, they don't have that reason to innovate and therefore are not dynamically efficient. In the long run, monopolistic competition firms can only make normal profits. As shown by this diagram, they're therefore not productively efficient or allocatively efficient or dynamically efficient. Finally, a natural monopoly, well, it can't be productively efficient because MC will never meet AC. That means it's impossible for a natural monopoly to ever be productively efficient. If the firm's a profit maximizer, it won't be allocatively efficient, as you can see from this diagram. However, it's possible that a natural monopoly might be nationalised, owned by the government, and therefore it may be run at the allocatively efficient point Q1, charging price P1. So it's possible that a natural monopoly firm will be allocatively efficient. And finally, it will be dynamically efficient because it has market power. When it comes to efficiency, knowing this table is the important thing. Knowing which type of efficiency is met by which of these different market structures.